Hi guys, Lindsay here with Storybook Family Farm. One of the most important things that I realized while working on the flooring in the kitchen is how desperately I needed a sense of home, a sense of feeling like that I belonged, that we actually had like a comfortable place to lay our heads. For those of you that are new here, it's been about 3 years since me and my wife have felt this feeling of homeness and this feeling of safety and that we could relax, which is a really big deal. I've been working my tail off on trying to get our fixer-upper to being something that felt like we could be proud of, that we could be comfortable with, that I could feel not embarrassed or stressed out to have people come over, because it's just been so many projects and everything is in just such a state of disarray that it really has taken a toll on me. And I didn't really realize how big of a deal it was until I started working on the floor in the kitchen, until I felt comfortable going, oh my God, like this actually looks good. Like this looks decent. Like I can be proud of this. And that is really eye-opening when you realize just how long it's been since you felt like you could invite people into your space and that you wanted to share it with others. And it's been a really, really awkward transition for me because like in the past, probably a month or so, there's been a lot that has been happening on a personal level for me that has been causing a lot of reflection back to other places that we've lived in the past, how our life has been, different life circumstances, really doing a lot of reviewing and reevaluating different things that basically aren't working. We've talked about downsizing stuff on the homestead aspect of things. We've, tried to figure out if staying here is what we wanted or leaving or what it was that we needed. And I realized that what I actually needed is just a place that felt like home, that was what I needed. And to be quite honest, I don't know how doing this flooring has made it feel suddenly like this could be a home for me, but it has been a very transformative week in terms of just seeing it transform. Like just the seeing of it becoming different and knowing that I put my hands on that and that I started doing this and that I basically created what I was seeking, it's pretty eye-opening and it feels pretty freaking good. With that being said, I'm going to give you guys a very brief sneak peek as to how the flooring turned out, just because of the fact that there are a lot of new people here since we redid the bathroom, and I don't honestly remember if I ever showed anybody what our flooring choice looks like for the house. But so without further ado, here is the flooring in the kitchen. So that is what we ended up going with, is a LVP, which is a luxury vinyl plank. It's a waterproof floor that's supposed to last for 30 years or something like that. Hopefully it'll stand up to the demands of having a homestead, because muddy boots and things of that nature are very hard on a floor, especially when you're also heating with wood because you're bringing in firewood and all sorts of stuff. So we wanted to get a floor that was going to be really durable and also waterproof because, like I said, farming, homesteading, all that stuff, you bring in a lot of stuff from the outside. So we wanted something that would be easy to maintain. Plus this was cheap. It was a discontinued color. So I've been very nervous while doing this flooring project, trying not to make any mistakes, because even though we overbought, I did not know how much we would actually end up needing, because when you're doing flooring, there's offcuts, there's pieces that get scrapped, there's things that just don't go right. Mistakes were made because I am a human and stuff. Plus I was new to this, so it's okay. But anyways, so I got the dining room yesterday. I got it prepped actually for putting the new flooring down. So I got all of the old Pergo stuff ripped up. These are the original wood floors in the house. As you guys can see, there is some deep gouges, deep cracks, and then over here, there's missing segments, this is exactly how the living room floor is too. That's why we have to put a subfloor down in here and in the living room. It'll also add more stability and structural support to the house. For those of you that don't know, I don't even know if I've actually talked about this. Our house, for some reason, it was built really weird. There's no record of when our house was built, but based on the foundation materials used, it was somewhere between 1900 and 1930. So she's an old girl. But so when they built the house, they put the joists on the first floor. They actually put them like 2 feet apart on center instead of 16 inches apart on center. So it makes it so that the flooring in here is not as structurally sound as it ought to be. When we had our roof replaced, our Amish guy, he's actually a general contractor. He does all the things. I actually had him come down in the basement to show me what he thought we should do. And he had explained to me basically that he's seen tons of really old houses built this way and just basically don't mess with it. Don't open that can of worms, that it's not something you want to open and stuff. And that he felt around and said basically just to leave it as is and put the subfloor down to make it so that way it's stronger. So taking his advice, that's what we're doing. I didn't lay a subfloor down in the kitchen because somebody had already laid a subfloor down before they put linoleum. I would guess is probably dated to about the 1950s or so, that they had put in there that the peel and stick tile was over top of. So didn't have to do that, but I will have to do that for in this room here to cover it up, strengthen it up, shore it up, make it so that way it's a lot better. And plus, you know, it's going to be really hard to get anything to really cover up big gaps and cracks like that to not crack the flooring out. Even though the LVP stuff is really durable, it also is kind of fragile if it's not flat. So that's today's task, is to get the OSB laid and then get the flooring laid in here, match it up to the bathroom there, and then hopefully, if I still have time, by the time I run out of energy today, I will work on the living room floor, which after I measured out everything in terms of square footage left of the house to need flooring, how many boxes we have left, making calculations for errors and stuff, we actually are going to have plenty of flooring, which we were really nervous about as I was starting. But we actually should have enough, fingers crossed, if I don't have too many errors that happen. We probably will have enough to do the spare room at the top of our steps that we use for storage now. So that'll be a deep winter project whenever I start messing with doing anything like that. But that'll eventually be turned into like a office, library, reading nook type of place. So that'll be cool. I'll bring you guys along whenever that ever starts, which don't know when that'll be. But anyways, my biggest goal has been to try to get the main living space of the house done before the new year. So then that way everything is new, basically, for in the new year. That it just clean slate, new life, new home, new everything, and basically completely out with the old. Very, very symbolic, I suppose you could say. But anyways, I'm going to quit yakking so I can get this going, because this is going to be a bear of a project for me to bring in the OSB. And since it's been raining outside all day, yesterday it rained, and then today it's very dreary, very gloomy and stuff, I'm probably going to have to bring the OSB inside to then cut it. So it's just going to be really, really intensely loud. Sensory issues are going to be off the chart today. So definitely going to need headphones and jamming out. So anyways, thanks for watching. Have a good one, guys.